Good morning, students. Today we are going to study V model in software engineering. It's also a software process model like waterfall model and the spiral model. So we are in detail. We are going to study the V model. In V model, there is the shape like V shape. That's it's why it's called V model. And there are two phases. One is verification phase and one is the validation phase. This is verification phase and this is verification phase and this is the validation phase, and these both process goes parallelly. Something is connected parallelly also. For business requirement, in the development life cycle we take the specification, business requirement, and then system requirement, then high level design and low level design, and at the bottom we start coding, we complete the coding, and after coding we go on the validation phase. And in validation phase we do all type of testing. So verification phase of this V model consists of these steps. First one is the business requirement analysis, then system design, then the architecture design, and the finally the module design, and this is the coding phase. And after verification phase, next is validation phase. In validation phase we do for each module, we test each module, and that module may be for example, if your software consists of 5 module, so first of all we will do, we will do this module wise unit testing. We do unit testing, each module will be tested first, this will be unit tested. After that we will integrate these modules, and after integration that testing will be integration testing, and that how these modules are working well when they are working with each other in coordination, how they are working. And after that complete system testing, and final is the acceptance testing, which is done to accept that model software. When to use V model? Now we will learn about the conditions in situations in which V model is best. When the requirement is well defined and not ambiguous, means clearly we know about the business requirements, so we need not to do all these specification at various level, and in which the requirement is well defined and not ambiguous, we use the V model. Next is the V-shaped model should be used for small to medium sized projects where requirements are clearly defined and fixed, not for the large projects. V model can be used for small to medium projects. Next is chosen when sample technical resources are available with essential technical expertise. When the resources we are using, the manpower we are using is are having technical expertise. Now what are the advantages of V model? V model is easy to understand. Testing method like planning, test, designing happens well before coding. This save a lot of time because as you see in this V model, we are doing all types of testing parallelly, so it saves a lots of time. It saves a lots of times, avoids the downward flow of the defects at each level. First we are uh, checking the defects at module level, then integration level, the system testing. So the defects did not flow downward. Work well for small plants where requirements are well known. Now the disadvantages of V model are very rigid and least flexible, not a good for complex. If we are designing a complex project, then it is not good. If the specifications are not known well in advance, then it is not good. If we want to change something in middle of the project, then it will be very difficult. Software developed during the implementation stage, so no early prototype of the software are produce. Thanks, friends. If you like my video, then describe my channel to see these types of video on software engineering, and I will be covering one by one all the topics of software engineering. So to go through all other videos, you may click on description box